Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to see how to create SQL tables using Entity Framework Core with model first approach. This session and upcoming sessions, we will be concentrating on .NET 6 only. First, we will open Visual Studio Engines. Okay, now we can create a new project. Here, we are going to implement this Entity Framework Core inside a class library project. So, I am going to search class library. We can choose this class library and click on next. Here we can provide our meaningful project name. I'm going to provide as Entity Framework for Core and click on next. In this dropdown, we can choose .NET 6. So by default, some default class is created. I'm going to delete this default line. Now we need to install two new cut packages to achieve our goal. Our goal is creating some model and migrating this to our database. To achieve this, we need to install two new cut packages. I will install one by one. Click on Manage Naked Packages, go to Browse tab, search for this naked package. I always strongly recommend to install always latest stable version. Okay, first package install. So I'm going to install second package. Okay, two packages got installed. How to verify it? Go to install tab. Here we can see two naked packages. So we can confirm to naked package get installed successfully. Now I am going to create two new folders. One folder is model, another folder is DB context. Inside model folder, we are going to create one model named student. We are going to create only two fields to make this session as much as simple. You can work out with more fields. First is ID field. Second one is student name. Now we are going to create one DB context named students DB context inside DB context folder. We need to integrate DB context class so that we can use our database connection strings. Now we need to override on configuring method so that we can put our constant string there. I'm going to override that method. Here some default code is generated. I'm going to replace this code with our connection string. Here I'm using local database, so I am using the dot, and my database name is EF4. I'm using Windows authentication, so I am using providing these details. This is not recommended approach because we should not provide connection string like this. We need to provide our connection string in a settings file, that is local settings.json, like that. As we created only class library project, here there is not such file. So in upcoming sessions, we will create some consumer application. That consumer application will have some settings.json file. We will move this database connection string to there. As of now, this is okay. Now I am going to open my SQL Server. See here, this is my database EF core. Here there is no tables present. So table is here, table list is empty. To create the table, I need to add DB sets. So I am going to add DB set here. Sorry, not here. It should be in the top level. Top level. Here, this student is model name. This model name is we are providing here. This student is alias name for our table. The table will be created in our SQL Server with this name. So this is table name and this is model name. Now we have done with our coding part. Now we need to migrate this script using some two commands. Before that, I am building my solution. Now we need to run two commands. Those commands will migrate our model to database. So I am going to tools, package manager console. First command I am going to provide first command. First command is add migration. After that, we need to provide some description. It may be anything. I am providing as initial update. You can provide anything. So once this command get executed, we can see one more folder here, migration. This migration folder can contain one class with our description. We provided some description here, right? Initial update with the same name. We are seeing some class here. This class contains how to create the class. That is create table with some column name, integer, identity, envarker. This column is envarker maps like that. And by default, that ID field, it maps as a primary key. So while running this command, we are getting this file. But we need to migrate this to our SQL database. So we need to execute one more command. That command is update database. Yeah, now here one file is generated, the same file applying this command, applying that file to our database. So now if I open this database and refresh, I can see the table student with ID and student name, two columns. You can work out with more columns. Also, one more table created, that is migration history table. It maintains the migration history each and every time when we run the migration commands. So we are providing the initial update. So it provides the initial update as ID with product version something. If I run the command one more time, and it will generate one more ID here. Each and every time we are getting the migration history here. So this is very simple, creating a simple table with two fields. But in our next session, we will see how to create tables with foreign key references. Thanks for watching.